úgy tűnik, hogy a Legónál lassan már hagyománnyá válik, hogy 2 évenként bemutatnak valamilyen érdekes 1/8-as méretarányú LEGO Technic modellt. A legelső egy Porsche 911 volt, aztán majdnem napra pontosan 2 évvel ezelőtt egy Bugatti Chiron modellt dobtak ki a piacra, most pedig a Lamborghini Siánnak az 1/8-as méretarányú modelljét fogják május 28-án 12 órakor leleplezni. Sajnos most nincs arra lehetőségünk, hogy mint 2 évvel ezelőtt Billundból közvetítsük a leleplezést. Kénytelenek vagyunk, éppen ezért videó interjúban beszélgetni Aurelien Rouffiange-zsal, a LEGO vezető Technic dizájnerével. When I was in Billund 2 years ago, that was the Chiron's reveal. Did you know already back then that there will be another model, but from Lamborghini?
Obviously, yeah, we were already started to think of what could be the next potential opportunity or partner. But so at this time, you don't know yet which one could be the right candidate, and you need to find someone that can have a car that is going to be relatively new in the year we want to launch the model. So Lamborghini was actually telling us that they were working on something new, like the Sián that we have today, and it was revealed last year. So it was perfect for us because also Lamborghini is the brand we really wanted to work with as well by the past, and you've seen like most of the LEGO Technic fan communities is also expecting to see a Lamborghini in the Ultimate Series. So we thought it would be the perfect timing because they're creating something new, and we can bring that in the Ultimate format to the fan communities and to the world.
But you had probably your hands tied because, as far as we can see, that these Technic cars are coming from the VAG groups. I mean, the Volkswagen group. The Porsche, the Lamborghini, the Bugatti. So there were not too many options to choose from, and probably something high end.
But it's actually just it's not something related to the Volkswagen group. Actually, no.
It's just by accident, so.
It's just a coincidence, yeah, that it worked out like that. So, but for us, it was funny that to see. We also saw that like, okay.
As you just mentioned, the Lamborghini has been revealed a year ago, but I think that just 1 year to release a LEGO model of the Lamborghini wouldn't be enough time. So you probably started working on the model before the car has been officially released. How much before that?
Approximately, it was a year and a half. So we have first seen some images and 3D rendering of the Lamborghini Sián. I think it was December 2018, something like that. Yeah. When we first with the team decided that could be the right candidate, then we visited the studio in Italy, in a Lamborghini design studio, and then we had a first impression of what they will work and how it's gonna look like, the Sián, and then we decided that we could present something in that format, and we could see it will be challenging because of the shapes of the car, then quite organic mixed with sharp edges of the Lamborghini Sián, and also the functionalities will be different from what we have done in the previous Ultimate series. So we thought also bringing a higher level of details and cool new shapes, and or maybe then creating new shapes elements. But yeah, so there was all of these factors that made us think that would work and with Lamborghini. And yeah, so a year and a half ago, I think it was. Yeah.
So about 18 months that takes.
Exactly. That's correct. Yeah, and it's about 1 year of development of the physical car, the physical LEGO model. And then you have approximately 6 months to make sure you have the right experience building the model. So the right instruction, the team that works behind the book, you know, the instruction book, needs also kind of a bit of time to prepare the steps, and then you have different looks until you find the best flow.
The first thing you have seen from the Sián was a 3D rendering.
Yeah, we have seen some renderings and short drawings, but nothing concrete, nothing real, like physical. No.
When was the first time you have seen the actual car?
A few months after, it started to get more to shape. At that time, they had in front of us the one-to-one Lamborghini Sián, but as a prototype. It was not driving; it was a fake car. And then we could see the car for the first time in one-to-one scale. So that was quite amazing as well to be able to see all the details you couldn't see on the photographs, because it was also a new car for them. So it was also tricky to get all the information you want, because they're also still developing the car at the same time. So things change constantly. So sometimes you create one shape and next month it's different. So you have to change it again. And that time we could finally see the car in real, and that was a massive help, because then you see what they mean by, oh, that curve is like that, and the volumes are much easier to see when you are in front of the car than seeing behind the screen.
During the process, were you allowed to get the exact measurements of different parts and pieces of the actual car? Because in my eyes, doing a model like this will need a lot of measurements to have the actual proportions right.
Yeah, we have to stick to the wheel size on our model anyway, so we know this is going to be 1/8 scale again, and for us it's going to be roughly that proportion. Noise in the background.
Yeah. It's from us, because I'm in a workshop, in an actual workshop, and behind me there's a disassembling going on.
So we had the design team from Lamborghini at some point playing with our physical model and putting tapes like they will do on their car. So showing us how they want to see the proportion of the car translated into the LEGO Technic model as well. We had also at some point one of the designers from Lamborghini who joined us, Tim Bilun, and he spent 2 days with us, also building with us, getting us direct feedback on the model.
So Lamborghini paid the designer to go to Denmark and play with Lego. That's a cool job. That's a cool job. Were you designing by actually building with real Lego parts, or you were using some kind of 3D Lego designer programs to make it easier to do things again and again?
Mostly use the physical bricks. So 80% of the time will be with the physical build. We use the software if we need to know if that element is still available, but to test and to have the right quality, it's always going to be with physical bricks.
Doing the whole design work, how many people were working on this in this project?
It's hard to say the exact number. I think if you include everyone in the process, it's probably 20 to 30 people involved. So we have a dedicated element designer that will create all the new parts. For this one, we created 5 new elements. And it's 3,696 parts in total, so it's only 5.
What are the new elements?
It's I can show you on the model here.
Oh, that's the car.
Yeah. So we have these 2 panels in the front that are triangular shapes, left and right, and some of the wheel arches. And then here on the side, you have an element that looks like a blade. And obviously, the last one is the rim. And this one is the only element that is dedicated to that particular model. The rest of the elements I mentioned are used also in different models that will be released later.
But these are quite important parts of the car. So this means that the actual shape of the Lamborghini was not very easy to recreate with the existing parts, because there are a lot of vents, a lot of sharp edges on the actual car. So that's why you had to design these new parts.
And we knew at the beginning that it was going to be quite challenging with our actual element assortment. So we tried many versions, but come to a point, sometimes you also mix with Lego system bricks to give some small details that you cannot achieve with the technical element. But sometimes there's no other way that creating a new elements for the project.
Do you have a rough idea how many parts are shared amongst the three major LEGO Technic models?
Well, the first one will be the tire. The tire will always be the same, and we keep that as a start for the scale of the model. But then the 3,000, roughly 700 pieces, Lego pieces are the same, the one we use in all the LEGO Technic assortments. They just combine in another way, and that makes something, we can make something different out of the same elements.
If you had the same support as you had with the Lamborghini, I mean, from the factory of the actual car, with all the drawings and measurements, from the factory of LEGO, giving you all the parts available and all the designers available, what would be the vehicle, not just a car, but any kind of vehicle that you would like to build? Maybe let's stick to the scale in 1/8.
It's a difficult question. Yeah.
You wake up in the morning and you say, "Oh, great! I would like to do a Ford Model T or a Tesla." Or okay, maybe a Tesla wouldn't be such a huge challenge because there are not too difficult mechanisms.
I know. Citroën 2CV.
A 2CV.
I'd like to meet that, yeah. Because I'm French, I think, and this is a very iconic car. And,
oh yeah. Sajnos egy kicsit gyorsan ért véget ez az interjú, de hát lejárt az időnk, pedig szívesen meghallgattam volna Aurelient, hogy mégis hogyan építené meg ezt a 1.8-as méretarányú Citroën kacsát, amit ugye a fenet ugye nem tartom valószínűleg, hogy valaha a LEGO Technic készletek közt hivatalosan meg fog jelenni. De hát arra most innentől kezdve akkor várhatunk, hogy nagyjából 2 év múlva mi lesz a következő modell, amit kihoznak, hogy most tényleg csak a véletlenek összjátéka, hogy Volkswagen csoportos Porsche, Bugatti és Lamborghini jött ki, vagy majd legközelebb valami más lesz. Én élek a gyanúperrel, hogy a Volkswagen csoport ügyesen kihasználja ennek a dolognak a marketing értékét, tehát nem kell várnunk tényleg csak 2 évet, és akkor utána meglátjuk, hogy mi lesz a következő modell.